Hello, sweetheart. Have you ever sat in silence, staring at your bank balance, whispering, "Universe, are you even listening?" You've visualized, you've journaled, you've written $500,000 so many times, it's starting to look like a secret password to heaven, and yet, somehow, the money still doesn't show up. You start to wonder if manifestation only works for people on YouTube with perfect lighting and a Himalayan salt lamp behind them. But what if the problem isn't the universe? What if it's the way you're talking to it? Because here's the truth. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to authority. It responds to certainty. You don't ask for abundance, you command it. You don't plead for blessings, you direct them. The universe is your servant, not your supervisor. And today, I'm going to give you 5 exact words to summon $500,000, not through luck, not through struggle, but through spiritual authority. When you learn to speak these words with conviction, you'll stop chasing money, and money will start chasing you. Now, I know that sounds bold. You're thinking, command the universe? Isn't that a bit much? But let's be honest, how has asking politely been working out for you so far? If you've been praying, affirming, and hoping, yet your financial life still looks like a sitcom rerun, it's time to upgrade your energy from please to power. I know your frustration. You work hard, you dream big, you try to stay positive, but deep down, there's a part of you that feels ignored by the very universe you're trying to trust. You see other people manifesting cars, homes, freedom, and you wonder, what am I missing? You're not lazy, you're not unlucky, you've just been speaking the wrong energetic language. The truth is, most people treat the universe like a customer service desk. You file a polite request, "Excuse me, I'd like some more money, please," and then you wait on hold for weeks, months, maybe years. Meanwhile, the universe is sitting there, waiting for your time's command. Asterisk. It doesn't move until you move with certainty. Because the language of creation is not hesitation, it's declaration. Let's break this down scientifically for a moment. Everything around you, your thoughts, your emotions, your words, is energy. Energy vibrates, and similar vibrations attract. When you ask from a place of lack, "I need money, I want money," you're vibrating lack. And lack is what you continue to attract. It's like tuning your radio to the wrong frequency and wondering why your favorite song isn't playing. But when you declare, when you times command, asterisk, you send out a clear, confident frequency that says, "I already have it." And that's when reality starts shifting in your favor. Think about it. You don't ask your reflection in the mirror to smile, you smile first, and the reflection responds. That's how the universe works. It mirrors your inner state. So if you want $500,000 to flow into your life, you must first embody the energy of someone who already has it. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. But before we reveal the 5 exact words, let's talk about why $500,000 specifically. Because it's a number that stretches your faith. It's not small enough to feel safe, and not so big that it feels impossible. It's a faith number big enough to demand growth, yet close enough to touch if you stop resisting it. The point isn't the number itself, it's the energy behind it. Once you master that, the same principle works for any amount. Now, most people never reach that energy because they're still stuck in the vibration of waiting. Waiting for luck, waiting for the right time, waiting for a miracle. But you don't wait for miracles, you command them. The universe is not testing you. It's waiting for you to realize that it already said yes. The question is, have you given it permission to deliver? Let me say this clearly. The universe cannot give you what you haven't claimed. Asking says, "I don't have it yet." Commanding says, "It's mine." One comes from scarcity, the other from ownership. And ownership is magnetic. You'll notice that people who seem effortlessly lucky are not luckier, they're just confident. Their energy says, "Of course, good things happen to me." And so they do. You may have been taught to be humble, to not demand too much from life. But humility doesn't mean smallness. Real humility is trusting that the power flowing through you is divine and therefore limitless. When you command the universe, you're not being arrogant. You're simply speaking from the authority of divine alignment. You're saying, "I'm one with the source that creates worlds, If it can form galaxies, it can certainly form $500,000 for me. So let's get to the heart of it. The universe is governed by vibration, and vibration responds to conviction. Your thoughts are blueprints. Your words are instructions. If you're sending mixed messages, one moment believing, the next moment doubting, you're confusing your own creative field. It's like sending the universe a grocery list and then calling back to change your order every 5 minutes. Eventually, the kitchen just stops cooking. But when you speak with unwavering faith, when you declare instead of request, the universe says, "Ah, now I understand." It's like finally giving it a clear address for delivery. And that's why these 5 words are so powerful. They tell the universe exactly where to send the abundance. The 5 words are simple. Money, you belong to me. Say it right now. Out loud. Money, you belong to me. You might feel a little awkward saying it, like you just texted your crush too soon. But that's because your subconscious is still adjusting to the vibration of authority. Keep saying it. Feel it in your bones. Money is not an enemy, not a mystery. It's a loyal servant waiting for direction. And when you speak to it with confidence, it listens. Let's talk about why these words work. When you say, "Money, you belong to me," you're activating what I call the law of ownership. The universe doesn't give you what you chase. It gives you what you claim. Ownership means recognition. It's the moment you stop trying to get and start remembering that it's already yours in the spiritual realm, waiting to manifest in the physical. Money isn't hiding from you. It's orbiting around you, waiting for your command to land. It's energy, and energy must follow intention. The only reason it hasn't yet is because you've been sending out mixed frequencies. Wanting but doubting, affirming but worrying, believing but hesitating. These words cut through all that noise and establish clarity. Let me give you a simple practice. Each morning, before you check your phone, take 60 seconds to center yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and declare, "Money, you belong to me." Don't whisper it, say it like you mean it. Imagine $500,000 as a golden light that's already circulating in your field, moving toward you through people, opportunities, and ideas. See it coming from multiple directions: clients, promotions, sales, investments, gifts. Don't try to control time's how. Asterisk, the how is the universe's job. Your job is the command. And here's the part people miss. Your command must be backed by gratitude. Gratitude seals the energy. After you declare those 5 words, say, "Thank you, universe, for my $500,000. Gratitude transforms your vibration from wanting to receiving. It tells the universe, "I already have it," which accelerates manifestation. Now, don't be surprised if things start shifting quickly. When you change your vibration, reality rearranges itself. You might receive unexpected calls, job offers, opportunities, or even random acts of generosity. You might also lose things that no longer match your new frequency. Don't panic. That's alignment at work. You can't receive new abundance while holding on to old scarcity. But here's a warning. Do not speak the words and then sabotage them with doubt. Don't command in the morning and complain by noon. The moment you speak fear, you cancel the frequency. It's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's growing. Let your command rest. Let it build energy. Speak it once with faith and continue living in that vibration. You'll notice, as you practice this, your energy shifts. You'll walk differently. You'll think differently. You'll even talk differently. Because you'll start to realize that $500,000 is not some distant dream. It's an inevitable expression of your alignment. The number doesn't intimidate you anymore. It feels familiar, natural, expected. And that's exactly when it shows up. Money loves confidence. It avoids chaos. It flows toward clarity, not confusion. So be clear. Be bold. Speak like a creator, not a beggar. The universe isn't ignoring you. It's waiting for you to speak the language of certainty. And the moment you do, everything changes. Now let's make this real. Tonight, before bed, whisper those words again. "Money, you belong to me." Don't say them with anxiety. Say them with peace. Imagine your life already transformed. The bills paid, the opportunities flowing, the joy in your heart. Let that image sink into your subconscious as you drift to sleep. Because your subconscious is the workshop of the universe, it builds what you believe. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't wonder if it's working. Assume it already has. Live as though it's done. Smile. Walk with confidence. Treat yourself like someone who already owns that wealth, because spiritually you do. And if doubt creeps in, laugh at it. Seriously, laugh. Say, "Nice try, old belief, but I've already placed my order with the universe." Keep your energy playful, light, certain. Remember, the universe doesn't respond to stress, it responds to joy. Now let's talk about something people rarely admit out loud. Even after they start commanding the universe, they secretly peek over their shoulder to see if it's working. They look for signs. They check their bank balance 10 times a day, hoping for a surprise. And when nothing instantly changes, they sigh and say, "Well, maybe it doesn't work for me." But that impatience, that constant checking, is the very energy that keeps abundance away. Imagine planting a seed and then standing over it, yelling, "Why aren't you growing yet?" The seed would probably say, "Would you relax and let me do my job?" The universe operates the same way. When you command, you must also trust, because trust is the soil that allows your command to take root. Money moves where it's invited with confidence, not chased with anxiety. If you say, "Money, you belong to me," and then spend the rest of the day worrying about bills, you're sending two different orders to the universe. One says come, the other says stay away. The universe will always choose the louder vibration, and fear tends to shout louder than faith. So how do you quiet that fear? By shifting your focus from outcome to embodiment. Stop asking, "When will I get the money?" and start asking, "How can I embody wealth right now?" When you walk, talk, and think like someone who already has $500,000, you align with the energy of having, not needing. And the moment you shift into that frequency, reality starts to rearrange itself in your favor. Here's a simple truth. Manifestation is not about getting things. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts those things. You don't attract what you wish for. You attract what you believe yourself to be. If you want $500,000, you must become the consciousness of someone who handles $500,000 with ease. So let's make this real. How does a $500,000 person think? They think in abundance, not limitation. They make decisions from faith, not fear. They don't say, "I can't afford it." They say, "If it's aligned with my purpose, the means will appear." They don't shrink their desires to match their bank account. They expand their mindset to match their destiny. If you start thinking this way, your actions change automatically. You'll start making confident moves, speaking differently, walking differently, even attracting different people. Why? Because everything you see in your external world is just a mirror of your internal world. Change the inside, and the outside has no choice but to follow. I remember once speaking with a woman who tried this very exercise. She said, "I kept saying, 'Money, you belong to me,' but nothing was happening." I asked her, "What do you do right after you say it?" She said, "I check my email to see if someone paid me." And I laughed, not because she was wrong, but because she was missing the key. I told her, "You don't check for proof, you become the proof. The moment you look for evidence, you're telling the universe, 'I don't believe it's already done.' But when you move through your day with certainty, evidence comes to you naturally. Faith is not waiting for the universe to show up. Faith is knowing it already has. Now let's get a little more practical. I'm going to give you 3 steps that will turn your command into momentum. Step 1, speak it daily. Not from desperation, but from authority. Say it like you mean it. Money, you belong to me. Say it while brushing your teeth. Say it while cooking. Say it while walking. You're not begging, you're programming your subconscious. Every repetition imprints your new identity deeper into your energy field. Step 2, act as if. If $500,000 belonged to you today, how would you carry yourself? Would you still worry about every little expense? Would you panic about tomorrow? Probably not. You'd breathe easier. You'd smile more. You'd move with purpose. So do that now. You don't need to spend like you have it, but you can think like you have it. That's where it begins. Step 3. Align your environment. Energy loves order. Clean your space, organize your finances, and treat your current money with respect. The way you handle $5 sets the pattern for how you'll handle $500,000. If your wallet is full of crumpled receipts and your mind full of complaints, you're blocking flow. Make room, physically, mentally, emotionally, for what you're calling in. And here's a bonus step. Be generous, even before the abundance arrives. Giving is one of the most powerful ways to declare that you already have. When you give freely time, kindness, value, or even small amounts of money, you're telling the universe, I live in overflow. And the universe says, overflow, I'll match that. Let me share something that'll make you smile. Once, someone said to me, but what if I command money and it doesn't come? And I said, then you command again. You don't stop at one declaration. You don't say, well, gravity worked yesterday, maybe it won't today. You trust the law. You keep speaking it until it feels normal. You keep standing in that vibration until it becomes second nature. Because when it becomes normal to you, it becomes visible to you. Now, let's talk about the real power behind these 5 words. When you say, money, you belong to me, you're not just talking to paper or digits, you're talking to a field of energy that responds to clarity. Money is a tool, not a master. It's designed to flow toward purpose, generosity, and faith. When your intention is pure and your command is strong, money becomes magnetized to your frequency. It doesn't need to be forced. It simply flows. But you must stay open to how it arrives. It might not show up as a lottery win or a mysterious check in the mail. It might come as an idea, a partnership, an opportunity, or a bold nudge to take a risk you've been avoiding. Don't reject it because it doesn't look like what you expected. The universe has endless delivery systems. Your only job is to stay receptive. And please don't underestimate the power of joy. Joy is the fastest frequency for manifestation. When you're joyful, you're magnetic. You've probably noticed that good things happen when you're in a good mood. Traffic flows smoother. People treat you better. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. That's not coincidence. That's vibration. So if you want $500,000 to find you, stay joyful, laugh often, be playful with your manifestations. Treat this process like a dance, not a duty. Here's something to remember. Money doesn't respond to force. It responds to flow. The moment you loosen your grip and trust that it's already on the way, you create a current that pulls it toward you faster. You can't chase what's already yours, you simply align with it. So, tonight, before bed, do this one small exercise. Close your eyes. Imagine that $500,000 has already arrived. See yourself opening that message, receiving that call, or looking at that balance. Feel the gratitude, not the excitement of surprise, but the calm satisfaction of expectation fulfilled. Whisper, money, you belong to me. Thank you, universe, for delivering. And then sleep peacefully. The universe does its best work while you rest. Now, as we come to a close, I want to leave you with this thought. You are not waiting on money. Money is waiting on you to believe, to command, to receive. The power has always been in your words. The moment you shift from asking to commanding, you rewrite your destiny. You stop being a seeker and become a creator. You've already started the process. The moment you listen to this, you shifted your awareness. You're no longer speaking the language of lack, you're speaking the language of ownership. Keep using those 5 words every day until your mind stops doubting and your spirit starts glowing with certainty. And when the signs start showing, because they will, don't brush them off as coincidences. Celebrate them, acknowledge them. Gratitude keeps the flow going. Every small blessing is evidence that the larger blessing is already unfolding. Now it's your turn to act. Don't just nod and move on. Say it out loud, yes, right now, money, you belong to me. Feel that surge of confidence. That's the universe listening. And if this message resonated with you, take one small step today. Write those words somewhere visible on your mirror, your phone screen, your journal. Live them, speak them, breathe them. And if you want to amplify this energy, share your experience. Comment your declaration below. Say, "Money belongs to me." And watch how it ignites a chain of abundance, not just for you, but for everyone who sees it. The universe loves collective energy. You have the power. You always did. You just forgot for a moment. But now you remember, and that remembering is the moment your $500,000 starts making its way to you. The universe doesn't delay, it delivers. All it's been waiting for is your command. So go ahead, smile, stand tall, and say it one last time with faith that shakes the heavens. Money, you belong to me. Now, let it come.